So to this point, our colony has been progressing very well, but one thing that we're going to want to take care of in the near term is preparing our colony to defend itself. Eventually, there are going to be external threats that our colony is going to face, and one of the key aspects of being able to defend a colony is building a system of walls around it that can funnel enemies into certain choke points that just make the whole thing far more defensible. To this state, the tutorial has given us most of the items that we need, but we're going to go through the whole process of manufacturing the construction materials and the necessary infrastructure ourselves this time, just to keep those skills fresh. So the first thing I'm going to do is click on the Issue Manufacturing Order button, and we're going to need to build the manufacturing station required to make construction materials. So in the item filter category, I type in construction, and then I select the construction material manufacturing station. I'm going to go ahead and click next. I will pick good materials for each of these. Again, we see like mechanical durability is good for manufacturing output, so iron is going to be a good choice there. Hardness, iron is probably going to be our best again. Yes, it is. And then we only have one metalloid silicon for our electronics interface. Go ahead and issue that order. Make sure the game is unpaused, and one of our colonists will spring into action and manufacture the new tool at our equipment manufacturing station. While he takes care of that, I'm going to click on Advanced View Options. I'm going to zoom out to 50%, and I'm going to get an idea of where I want to build the walls. I'm going to make sure that I wall off plenty of space for us to expand our colony, and I'll probably build a pretty big, wall off a pretty large rectangular area, most likely with an entrance on the north side. So once our colonist has taken care of manufacturing, the item is going to be transported to a stockpile for use. I'll click on the item placement tool. I'll click on this spot here, and I will drop off our construction material manufacturing station, and that will get that set up. Once that's taken care of, I'm going to go ahead and issue another manufacturing order. This time I'm going to switch the item category over to building supplies, and the thing that we're going to want to build a lot of will be metal walls. We've got a large supply of iron that the tutorial has given us. I'll click next there. I'll type in 30 for the quantity. I'll select iron for what I want to use, and I'll issue the order. Then I'll go ahead and I'll repeat that, and I'll issue a second order to make 30 metal walls using iron once more. And then I will go ahead and issue a third order. This time I'll want to produce 40 metal walls for a grand total of 100. And the reason I'm splitting it up into 3 orders is that's going to let multiple colonists work on these manufacturing orders concurrently. So as soon as one of them is done using the station, another one will be there to pick up the slack and keep the thing churning at maximum capacity. So while they take care of that, one thing to remember too is that when issuing orders for most kind of construction materials like walls, roofs, floors, it's going to produce, each one item is going to produce 10 tiles worth of usable material. So manufacturing 30, designating 30 as the quantity for iron walls to make is going to give us 300 tiles that we can fill in with iron walls. And that's really just a convenience mechanism because it would be too time consuming for them to manufacture each one individually. So they're going to get to business, and while they're doing that, I'm going to zoom out here, and I'm going to look and get a general idea of what I want to wall off, and then we're going to use our freeform construction tool to build walls just like we did with building the structure that contains our childcare area. So I click on the construction tool, then I will click on the node type selection tool, and from this list I see that we already have some metal walls available, so I'll click on that, and then I'm going to start I think I'm going to go from about here over to here, and that'll issue an order to build a metal wall directly above the surface on that area that I selected. And I'm going to go from here up to about here. Over to there. there, and then up to there. And I'm just leaving one small opening up here by this very large tree at the northern side of our colony. And this will give us plenty of space to work with for the tutorial's purposes. You don't have to build rectangular walls. You can be far more creative if you are so inclined. But once these orders have been issued and metal walls start to become available in greater quantity, our workers are going to begin building those walls and taking care of business. If you want, we can adjust the order priorities to elevate them. So we already have 3 workers that are taking care of the manufacturing orders here. I'll filter out our orders by construction complete because these are the ones I want to adjust. I'll click on one and I'll press Control A. And then I'm going to go ahead and set these orders just a little bit higher than normal priority to 2.5 to make sure that workers prioritize wall building over other activities. All right, so a bit of time has passed. As more walls are becoming available, we can see that workers are taking on the construction jobs. They're going ahead and they're building our wall out here. One thing that we're going to want to keep in mind is that we've only issued orders to build walls that are 1 level above the terrain. In order to make the walls effective, they'll need to be 2 levels high because humans can scale 1 vertical level without any difficulty, and it'll take 2 in order to keep them out and force them into the choke point that we've built. So once our workers have gone ahead and built walls to fill in these tiles that we've designated, we'll go over the whole I'll go over the whole thing once again to make it 2 levels high, and that will prevent enemies from getting in except for this spot that we've left open. So I'm going to go ahead and complete that after this video, but I think you get the idea here. And once that's taken care of, our colony is going to be left in a far more defensible position so that we can hopefully keep unpleasant forces out.